Okay, students, wish you all a very good evening and a very happy and prosperous new year. Okay, give me a minute. There's a small problem in the video. Hold on for a second. So it is almost a new year, 2022, and right, whether we like it or not, time is moving every time, every single moment. The time is tend to be moved. Okay, sometimes we feel that okay, if we can hold this time, if we can stay in this particular time period, it would have been a better experience to all, but nobody can do it. So Buddha, listen to me very carefully. Day by day, moment by moment, okay, you are getting matured. Okay, sorry for using that word, but I have to tell you the truth. Day by day, moment by moment, your understanding capacity, okay, the ability to recognize what is good and what is bad, all these things are developing. Therefore, children, please make sure that you are into your right tasks. First, you have to prioritize your tasks, right? To recognize what should I do at first. Okay, so at this stage, I think most of you do not have any other right obligations except your education. And another thing, education is not just obtaining an A pass, right? No, education is not that. Education is it is designed to understand yourself. Who am I? What can I do better? So children, in this year, I'm inviting, right, you all to understand yourselves first. Okay, I want you to understand yourselves first. Before that, let me take the attendance today. Right, give me a minute. Right. So let's start with the homework which I gave you last week. Today, I think we have a new friend, Dinel Fernando. Appeared right? Am I correct? Dinel? So I did my A-levels at St. Peter's. So we both are Peterites, but currently I'm teaching at St. Sebastian's Morotua. Okay. Okay, Dinel, welcome to the class, Buddha. So let's start with the last week homework. Right. First one, we wanted to recognize whether these businesses are commodity manufacturing or service providing. Okay, check your answers, please. Cinema hall, service providing. Okay. Wholesale business, right? Service providing. B is also a service providing business. Bakery, a commodity manufacturing. Commodity manufacturing. Restaurant, service providing. Service providing. Puta, listen to me very, very carefully. Retail business, it is also a service providing business. Okay. Retail business is also recognized as a service providing business. And chocolate factory, a commodity manufacturing. Right. And then the tuition class is definitely a service providing business. service providing business. So last week we answered question numbers 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I gave you, right, this one as homework, if you all can remember. Okay, can I get some answers? Putala, can you name a few businesses which manufacture both goods and services to satisfy human needs and wants? Can I get a few answers from you? Dishans, I think I pronounced your name correctly. Shenuk, Triptika. Of course, yes. Duniti, that is correct, Puta. Keels and Cargills, right? Both these businesses are producing, they are producing commodities and they also provide services. How is it possible? Let me tell you, Puta, have you seen, right? Have you seen sometimes in Keel Super, right? There is a bakery. So they sell their products, I mean the bakery items, right? With their name, Keels Bakers. So Keel Super has both, right, a commodity manufacturing part and a service providing part. Very practical, right? It's very practical. Okay. Anything else? Kisandi Ranoda, Andriana Vandese, ape lamai ape kauda akige nam mokadda? Dishans, can you explain what is produced there? I don't know about that. Astron, what does it produce there? I don't know. Medicine. You mean Glaxo, like something like that? Glaxo. Yes, yes. Very good. Right. Astron and Glaxo will come. They also commodity manufacturing and service providing. Now, what you have to understand here, Puta, some businesses, they just produce a product. Product is, I mean, a good commodity means something which has a physical existence. Last week, we clearly recognized it. And there are some businesses which produces only a service. Now, here, I am producing you with a service. I'm producing you with a service. Right? Yeah. Of course, yes. Dishans, that is correct. And some businesses, they produce both these things. I mean, they produce a product, I mean, a commodity, and also they provide a service. So to be very, very careful when we recognize the business according to their nature, according to the product, nature of the product. Are you listening to me? Puta, let me explain it again, right? Very slowly. Businesses, this is the first classification of business that we discuss according to the O-level syllabus. Businesses can be classified according to the nature of the product. How? Some businesses are commodity manufacturing and some are service providing. But there are some varieties of businesses which performs both these tasks. It means they produce a product, I mean, they manufacture a commodity and also they provide a service. Okay. Ashain, what I have no idea about that business, Puta. What is that, Puta? I have never came across that word. See how many ideas you have. Huh? What does it produce, son? Ashain? Velgama, right? It's a hotel. Yeah, maybe the hotels, right? They produce and they provide services. Very good. Yeah. Do you see? Most of the time, we can classify the businesses according to their nature like that. What is it? Commodity manufacturing and service providing. Okay, so it was the end of the second session. Let me take you to the third, session. That is, yes, here we have. And if you like, you don't want bother writing now. Okay, if you can, you better write. Small things you can note it down. But if you have missed something, don't be afraid. I told you, you will get, okay, this session as a recorded session for 2 days period. So you can complete the knot within that particular period. Okay. My point is, right, at this time when the lecture is there, you have to listen, right? So let me take you to today's presentation, which has been prepared very, very carefully. And right, here we go. Background of business, right? In fact, it is the third session, Putha. Today, we discuss about another, right, aspect of business. That is evolution of business, the history, how the business has been developed, right, throughout the ages. Puthe, according to the O-level syllabus, we have to recognize 3 different eras. But when we discuss about the same topic in A-levels, right, we have to add some more parts. But still, this is a new subject for you, for all of you. Therefore, we don't discuss about the detailed version of the evolution, but just a few points. Okay. According to the syllabus, we have to understand the following eras. First one, right? First one is called as, right, direct production. What is the first one? Direct production. So you can write in the first page here, right? Direct production. Better you can, if you can use the red pen. First one, direct production. Okay. It is the first era of business, right? And the second is a new word, barter system. Barter system. And the third is modern business. These are the 3 stages that we have to cover according to the O-level syllabus. Once again, if you have missed something, don't be afraid. You can listen to this particular session again. Puthe, let me take you to, right, the first one, direct production. What does it mean? Putha, this happens a very long time ago. No one is doing it right now. Direct production, in the past, there was just a simple set of needs, isn't it? If you can rewind the world, right, 400 or let's say 500 years ago, right, at that time, the needs were very, very simple. Even before that, we had a very little number of needs: food, shelter, and clothes. There were no need of communication. Mobile phones were not there. Education was not there. But basic human needs were there in the past. And this is where we can see this particular production happening, direct production. Look at this. These needs were satisfied by the people producing the things for them by themselves. So what did the people do at that time? They produced what they want by themselves. Okay. Are we clear? If you want food, we planted the things, the crops. If the people want meat, right, the people went hunting. Am I clear with you? If the people want fish, right, they went on fishing. They didn't purchase it from anyone else. They produced whatever they want by themselves. This is what you mean by direct production. Okay, direct production. Putha, this is the definition. And there's a question in the tutorial, right? This has to be written, this information should be written here. Define direct production. This is the correct definition of the direct production. direct production is a situation where a person tries to provide all he needs by his own efforts. It's a situation where a person, in other words, where a person produces all what he wants by his own effort. Okay. Right? Think about your parents. Are they producing all what they need today? Can I get an answer from you? Right? Do your parents produce all what they need, right, today? ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඕන හැම දෙයක්ම ඒගොල්ලෝ නිෂ්පාදනය කරනවද? හදනවද? No, they don't do that. They can't do that. That is the nature of the modern business, the last stage. Now we all are in modern business. So remember, at this stage or in this particular period, no person can produce all what he needs by himself. But this was possible in the past. Why? There were less number of population, less number of needs. Because of that, a person could produce all what he needs by himself. Do you understand this? The meaning of the direct production. It is a situation where a person tries to provide all he needs by his own efforts. Do you understand? Let's take a small feedback. Kisandi, Ashen, Oshani, Dinel, Duniti, Shenuk. Right. Good. This is what you mean by direct production. Once again, a situation where a person tries to provide all he needs by himself. Are we clear? Right. So once again, Puta, it's a matter of 1 hour and 15 minutes or 30 minutes. So please stay connected. Don't leave the meeting. Right. Online is something, difficult for the students to understand, right? If it is a physical class, we could have done that for 2 hours a minimum. But here it is very, very, difficult, right? For you to sit in one place, right, where you can't see the teacher physically. So that is why I am coming up with all these things, the presentations, the tutorials, everything. So take the maximum advantage. Okay, let's move to the next one. That is characteristics of direct production. Now these are the possible questions. Characteristics of direct production. First one, production is usually on small scale. If you want, let's say, at that time, let's say a person wanted, mango. So he cultivated only one tree because, he needs to satisfy only his needs. So the production was on small scale. When he was gone hunting, he hunted only one animal. Production was small. It's the first characteristic. Production was not in the large scale. Second point, production is for personal consumption. Puta, listen to me. At that time, the people didn't produce their goods, for the purpose of selling or exchanging. They were producing the things just to satisfy their own needs. Personal consumption. Now, Puta, this is a new subject, no? Try your best to use these terminologies. Personal consumption, production, small scale. Get used to these words. And the third characteristic, production is not for the market, for him or for his family. Two things. Sometimes if the person was living alone, he was doing that to satisfy his personal requirements only, right? But if he is a family member, he was satisfying the needs of his family. Direct production. Pute, these are the characteristics of direct production. There are more, but these three are enough. Try to remember them. You have to note them down. If you like, you can write them down now or later when you watch the recorded session. Right, Puta? Good. And another thing, Pute, since today is the first day of the year 2022, right? And if there, as we have a few newcomers today, we are discussing that paper. So we are moving to that paper from the next week. So it will cover, right, last session and this session both. So prepare yourselves. So last week also, I think that some have done it right perfectly, but there are some, wrong answers as well, right? So whenever you get that paper, revise what you have done. Okay, so that is the advantage of an online class. Online class ekේ advantages තමයි ඒ. හරිද? Right. Let's move to the next one. Pute. Barter system. Now we are moving to the second, right? Second stage, barter system. What was the first one? Direct production. A situation where a person tries to produce all what he needs by his own effort. That is how you define direct production. Then what is barter system? It's the second stage of business. Look how the topic starts. It is there in the tutorial also. The needs and wants of people were gradually widened as they were socially developed. Isn't it, Puta? When the population increases, their needs and wants also were increasing simultaneously because they were developing socially. Right? That is the reason. When the people developed socially, their needs and wants also increased. Now, right, at that time, the people faced a problem. What was that? They were unable to satisfy all what they need just by themselves. Okay? Are we clear? See the picture here. Now, this is what I found. This is the best picture that I found in the in the Google, right? Google Images, when I was looking for the barter system. Do you see they are exchanging, right? Tamil Nadu and Kerala. I think you know these two areas in India. I think you know that the Kerala is one area which is famous for toddy. Toddy කියන්නේ දන්නව නේද? අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි ඒක එච්චර හොඳ දෙයක් නෙමෙයි කියලා පාවිච්චි කරන නමුත් ලොකු අයට නම් අවුලක් නෑ. අපි රා කියලා කියන්නේ රා. Yes. Now Kerala is very famous for those toddy. And in Tamil Nadu, rice. Now see what this person does. They exchange rice with the toddy. This is exactly what has happened at the barter system. As they couldn't satisfy their needs and wants personally, they had to assist others. Right, let me say it like this way. Right, let's say one person have been, right, let's say consuming only rice and fish. That is how he has satisfied his needs of food. But later he saw one person is having meat. Now, the first person is also want to consume that particular good, meat, but he is not producing meat. Now, what he can do? He can exchange what he has in excess with what he wants with the other person. That is where we need this system of barter. What was the point? The society was developing, the population was increasing, right? And simultaneously, the needs and wants of the people was also widening. Therefore, there was a stage where the people couldn't satisfy all what they need by themselves. They had to assist others. Today, so they produced, look what has happened, a large quantity of goods, not like in the direct production. In the direct production, we produced only a small quantity, small scale production was there. But at the barter system, they produced in large quantities, right, of goods that they could produce at the best with the skill and resources they had. Look at that point. They produced, right, the goods with the in large quantity with it's thundering here, doesn't matter, right? They could produce the best with the skills and the resources they had, with the idea of exchange. Now what happens? They were seen, right? The people have seen, okay, right? We can there are more needs and wants. So how we can satisfy them? By producing what we can, right, in large scale, so that we can exchange our excess production with others and satisfy the other needs and wants. Are we clear? Large quantity. Okay, Buddha? Good. After the people exchanged their excess production with others and got their requirements satisfied. See how beautiful this is. At the direct production, all the needs were satisfied by one person, single person. At the second stage, right, the people were urged with, right, additional needs and wants. But unfortunately, all the things couldn't be satisfied by one person. So they had to assist the others. So what was the solution? Okay, produce what you can in large scale and exchange it with others. Barter system. But remember here, the money has no in use. Money didn't use in this stage. There were no money, only the goods were there. Are you listening to me? At the barter system, money has not been used. They exchanged one good to another one. Are we clear? Are we clear, Puta? So there's a question here in your tutorial. Okay. Define barter system. Putala, please write down this definition. Right? The definition. It is the stage of the business. It is the stage of the business. It is the stage of the business where people produced all what they need, where they produced, right, what they can in large scale, what they can in large scale with the purpose of exchanging exchanging it with others, exchanging it with others, exchanging it with others, others, to satisfy the needs and wants, to satisfy the needs and wants. But once again, if you have missed something, you can clarify it when you listen to the recorded session later. Okay, Puta? Good. Let's move to the next topic. Characteristics of barter system. Okay. Characteristics of barter system. They are completely different with the characteristics of the direct production. First point, money was not involved. So this is a similarity. In direct production also, there were no money. In barter system also, there were no money. So this is a similarity. So one characteristic is money was not involved. You can understand. Second one, barter trade improved the standards of living compared to the direct production. How is it happen? But listen to me, right? When the society developed, I told you the needs and wants also developed rapidly. So the people wanted more comfortable life day by day. That is what you mean by improving the standard of living. Right? Think about yourselves first. Haven't you seen any development? Haven't you observed any development in your own houses? Nadda. Parna TV kain karla alut TV ekak gena. Neda. The old refrigerator is replaced with a new one. Your all mattress neda parana dayin karla alut mattress ekak gena. See, standard of living. It is there is no limit for this. Okay, all mobile phone is replaced with an i3. Neither replacement. Hari. So this is another characteristic. Third characteristic, social relations were improved. Okay, as a result of the barter system, you wanted to communicate with others every time, which increases the social relations. And you can understand what I'm saying. Puta, next one, look at this point. Barter system encouraged specialization. Right? So this is another, I'm going to discuss about this point later. Specialization, in fact, in the next slide, what does it mean? That is, this particular system helps you to recognize the best thing that you can do. It helps the society to recognize the best thing, okay, that the people can do with what they have. Specialization. Okay. So these are the characteristics of barter system. And there are some additional things. If you have a space, you can note them down. Production was done, targeting a market. Okay. Production was done, targeting a market. Market production with the idea of exchange. The people were, then the next one, the next characteristic is the production was comparatively large, compared to the direct production. Production was comparatively large. Okay, large scale production compared to the direct production. Why? You have to satisfy your needs and you have to exchange it with others. So the production has to be improved. Are we clear? So you can note them down when you watch the recorded session again. Are we clear now? Puta, once again, if you have any difficulty of understanding, please let me know. Just drop me a message. Okay, but I think up to this moment, everybody has understood it. Huh? Right. Now let's go and see the meaning of specialization. I'm quite sure that it will not be tested in all levels, but let's see the meaning of it. Specialization. Puta. Right. So when I was looking for a definition, this is the best one I got. According to the Oxford Dictionary, it says specialization means the process of concentrating on and becoming expert in a particular subject or a skill. So you can apply this to, right, your own talents, later to your businesses, right, later to your profession, right? It means doing the best thing that you can do. What is it? Specialization means the process of concentrating on and becoming expert in a particular subject or a skill. Puta meka padang karanna onne nikam mataka tiyagan. Right? Because I have to explain all the the entire process, even not in a detailed version. I have to give you the entire knowledge. So specialization was found at the Bata system. Why? The people were producing what they can with what they have in a large scale. Specialization. It means if you are capable of producing more crops, right, they were producing it. If you can producing more, let's say, fish, they were producing more fish. If you can produce more, right, let's say, cotton, you were producing cotton. The people produced cotton. Am I clear with you? That is due to specialization. Are we clear? Good. Let's move to the next one. Disadvantages of barter system. Okay. Disadvantages. What were the disadvantages? The main thing, remember, at this stage, there were no money. There were no money, right? So look at the disadvantages. First one, in the next slide, double coincidence of wants. Better write it with the red pen. Double coincidence of wants. Okay, right? Let's say we were living, right, 1,000, 2,000 years ago, you and me. I was producing cotton and you were producing rice. Okay. So that is your production. What is it? Rice. And my production is cotton. Let's say you want to right, consume cotton, right? Let's say to create a cloth, you wanted cotton. Then you are coming to me, right, saying that I have rice. Can you exchange it with cotton? Huda, do you understand? This transaction happens if and only if that I want rice. Am I clear with you? If I don't want rice, remember that transaction doesn't happen. It means, right, double coincidence. Your need has to be my production and your production has to be my need. Am I clear with you? I repeat, your need has to be, right, equal to my production and my need has to be equal to your production. Double coincidence. But you can understand that is not happening all the time. If I don't want rice, I will never, right, exchange my cotton with you. Do you see? There is a huge vacuum in this particular trade. The first one, this is a major disadvantage. What is it? Double coincidence of want. Okay. Next one, number 2, absence of common measure of value. Let's say, I want right? Let's say now you are cultivating fruits, right? Let's say I wanted 2 mangoes from you. But here, now this time I am, I'm a, right, let's say, right, you're cultivating mangoes, right? And I am cultivating, let's say, right, let's say, rice, right? Now, can we measure the value of the mangoes and the rice? No, we can't. We don't have a measure. How much should I exchange, right? What is the weight that should I exchange with you to have those 2 mangoes? There is no common measure of value. Absence of common measure of value. We don't know how much to exchange. See, this is the second disadvantage. What is it? Absence of common measure of value. Remember all these things. Now it is up to you. Third point, lack of divisibility. Let's say, right, that I have, I'm growing, let's say, cows for meat. Mama massandaha, right, satung ඇති කරනවා. Do I ever exchange one, right, one cow, right, just for 2 mangoes? No, we can't. So there is a problem of divisibility. නේද? මම වාගෙන් අඹගෙඩි දෙකක් අරගෙන හරකෙක් වෙදින්නේ නෑනේ. නේද? So we have a problem of divisibility. How much should I exchange? The same problem will have, right, the other person also. How much should I exchange to purchase that particular, right, good? See, so these things happened, right, number of years ago. Lack of divisibility. Third one, the problem of storing wealth. There were no money. You have to store all the things that you have purchased. So there is a storage problem. Do you understand? There was a storage problem because there were no money. So all what you have, I mean, the wealth have to be stored. There's a problem at this time. Remember, these disadvantages was not there at the direct production also. Why? There were no need of storage. Right? He was producing what he wants, right? Then later, everything was done. Next one, Puta. Difficulty of deferred payments. You can't say, I will give it to you tomorrow. Deferred payments means that no credit transactions were there. It was another difficulty. There were, right, no way to settle the deferred payments. Deferred payments. Nowadays, I think you know that at the modern businesses, most of the time, the transactions happen on credit basis. Have you seen distributors coming to shops? They drop the goods there and they will collect the money later, deferred payments. But this one was not available at the barter system. See how many disadvantages we had. Okay. Last one, problem of transportation, right? Problem of, because at that time, transportation was not developed. So they had that problem. Children, these are the disadvantages of barter system. Do you have any problem understanding any of these points? Any point that you couldn't understand, children? ඕන දෙයක් තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න කියලා දෙන්න. Triptika, Shenuk, Kisandi. Right. Perfect. හොඳට අහගෙන ඉන්න හැමෝටම ලෙසන්ට තේරෙයි. හරිද? Right පුතා. Let's move to the tutorial. අපි ටියුට් එකට පොඩ්ඩක් ගිහිල්ලමු. Right, very good. Now, so we have done all these things, Puta. So we have to start with this point. What is the main disadvantage of barter system? Right, I'm discussing it with the next topic. You know the answer already. Double coincidence of want. And we'll be discussing, we will be explaining that later. Right. Let's move to the topic once again. The double coincidence, main disadvantage was this double coincidence of want. So please note this down as the answer of question number 21. What is it? Double coincidence of want. Double coincidence of wants. Double coincidence of wants. Okay. Pute, the meaning is this, not this down. Both parties, let's use the words seller and the buyer, have to agree to sell and buy each other's commodities. Right? Both the buyer and the seller have to agree to sell and buy each other's commodities. It looks simple, but that was not. So this is what you mean by double coincidence of what, Puta. Please prepare yourself, right, selves for, right, another challenging paper, online paper next week after the class. Right. So let's move to the third stage. That is modern business. Modern business. It means at this moment, what happens in the world as business. Look, in the modern world, each individual is a producer and a consumer. Isn't it? Think about your family once again. Your parents, your father or mother, right? They are doing, right, a profession, or sometimes they run a business to generate cash. Later, they spend that. So at that time, they become a producer. And they, there's a question. Dinel, Puta, normally listen to me. Every week, right, we have a small examination to cover up the things that was discussed in the last week. After the class, right, it won't take much time, right, most of the time 10 minutes. Okay, Dinel, right? So I think I have sent you the recordings yesterday. You have to watch them. Right? Prepare yourself. You have 1 week more. Okay. So this will be continuously happening, right? Every week. Okay. Good. Let's continue. So at present, each person, each individual is a producer and a consumer. You can understand, right? Okay. Good. Important milestones of modern business. Okay, let's get back to the tutorial. Have again additional business years. Nobody produces all what he wants today. Think about your parents. Are they producing all the goods and services they need? No, they engage in one or more revenue producing activities and spend what they have earned to purchase what they want from others. Now, for an example, right, your parents are paying a fee to me, right, as I'm teaching you the subject. Okay, so in the modern world, each individual is a producer and a consumer, both. It is common to every person. Every person is a producer and a consumer. From the president to the beggar. This happens, right? He's a producer and he's a consumer. Okay, good. Let's move to the next activity. What are the important milestones marked in the recent past? in the businesses. අහගන්න පුතා පළවෙනි එක. Shift from manual production system to automated production system. පුතා, last month I got a chance to visit right a garment. මගේ යාළුවෙක්ගේ ලොකු garment එකක් තියෙනවා මම ඒකට ගියා. පුතා බලන්න පුදුමයි පුතා. Everything was automated. Cutting, but there are using the manual labor also. But most of the tasks are doing with machines. They computerize the pattern, right? And that particular machine cuts the particular pattern in by using the right the material, the fabric. It's very nice to see. I'm agree with you, right? Shift from manual production system to automated production system. If you like, පුතාලා හොඳට අහගන්න. පොඩ්ඩක් හොඳට බලන්න ලංකාවේ නම් දැන් තාම අඩුයි යෝක. If you like, if you're using YouTube, you can get a right valuable knowledge in that. Right? For an example, let's say, how recently I watched how the business, how that particular, I can't remember the name of the business, how the business produces apple juice. Very beautiful to see. Washing, right? Even the plucking apples. Everything is done, right? Using machines. Washing, right? Pressing everything. Automated production system, right? Second one, ability to complete transactions through electronic media. I mean, advertising, ordering, and the settlements. In the modern business, you can see this, right? No one is going to the market like those days. You can put the order right while sitting in front of your computer using the mobile phone. So after a few days, right, you will receive the product. If you're ordering the foods, right? Food, I mean, now let's say Uber Eats. Within a few minutes, you can get whatever you want. See how the developed the society is now. Okay, able to complete a transaction through electronic media. Puta. Rapid growth in information and communication system. And also, I've forgotten to include something here. Transportation too. Information, communication, and transportation systems. The world is recognized as a global village today. See, within a few seconds, you can call a friend in abroad, USA, let's say, right? Australia, Canada. You can contact. Communication. One of my friends went to, last week, she went to Austria. So yesterday I talked to her. See, I have never been there. Are we clear? The world is recognized as a global village today. If your parents, let's say if your father is in abroad, he used to call you every day using this information system. Puta, it has globalization. I'm discussing about that later. That happens due to, right, the rapid increase in the information and communication plus the transportation systems. Okay, these are the important milestones of the modern business. Okay, good. Let's move to the next topic. What are your, let's get back to the right tutorial again. Right. Now, next one, expectations of a customer. Puta, as a customer, what do you want from business? What do you want as a customer? Pute, that is why now here in this particular class, you all are my customers, right? අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එක transaction එක විතර දකින්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි ඇත්තම කතාව ඒකනේ නේද? Right? I am the producer of the service, you are the customer. So, what are your expectations out of this class? See, to obtain a quality product. I think I'm producing it right. to obtain a quality product and at a reasonable price. I think even that is there, right? Reasonable price. Then the product availability. So I can't take leave all the time. I am responsible to conduct the class. Product availability. And after sales services, after the class, still I'm thinking of about you, about your growth. I wanted to keep this particular class as an ongoing process. So to check that, I'm having this particular online examinations with you all. See, these are the expectations of customers. Parents, if you all are listening, please check whether your kids are going through this recorded session again and again. Okay, so in the online classes, remember, both parents and students also have a duty, has a responsibility. Please check whether they have completed their notes before they attend the next class. And children, it is compulsory for you to send me the completed tutorials after the class. After completing it, you have to send it to me, for corrections. Are we clear? Right. Another thing, sorry to say this at this moment, I have not received some of your payments for December. Please make the payment. I think the payment details have been sent to you. Please, this is the process, Puta. This is what I have been done in the other classes also. You have to make the payment, and that payment slip or the transfer information has to be sent to me as a personal message. Group personal message. Then only I can mark your the collection of fees. I have not received most of your fees for last month, as I guess. So please settle it as soon as possible. Puta, these are the expectations of a customer. Okay. Or you can say them as the objectives of the customer. Let's move to the next. Puta, business. Now, the next topic of our topic is objective of businesses. Puta, every business has a specific objective or set of objectives to be achieved because the parties such as owners, managers, employees, customers, government, and community expect different returns from businesses. Okay, do you know, don't ever think that the business serves only the needs of the customers. No, it is not. Don't ever think that the business satisfies only the needs of a customer. No. Because business satisfies the needs of many things, many people. So there are a set of objectives to be achieved. Because they have to satisfy the needs of these people, owners. Every business, there is an owner. There are managers, maybe. There are customers. See, the customers is just a one part. There are employees, government. All these parties expect different returns from a business. Therefore, business also should have different types of objectives. Are we clear? They also should have a different types of business. Sorry, different types of objectives. Okay, then let's move to the next one. What are the objectives of business? Right now we are moving to the common objectives of businesses. Common objectives. First, main thing, to earn a profit. Earning profit is one of the major objectives. Major objectives. Earn profit. Second, increasing customer satisfaction. You have to increase the customer satisfaction. Okay. Third, increasing the quality of goods and services. See, right? I have all these objectives: earn a profit, increase your satisfaction, to provide you with a good and quality products. You can see what I have done as my homework. Huh? Right? And then generating employment opportunities, another objective. Right? And the next is providing employee welfare. Okay, you have to provide employment opportunities plus employee welfare. Okay, next, survival. You have to survive in the market. Right? Once you enter a market, most of the time you can't earn profits. The first step is you have to survive in the market. Survival is so important. Survival. Okay, you are studying this particular subject, right? It may not be the objective of all the students who have attended here. But if you are planning to start up your own business, this is the subject where you have to carefully, right, follow. The first step is what? You have to think about how to survive in the market. You have to use different types of techniques. Sometimes in the first few months or years, you may generate a loss because of the concept of survival. Okay? And the next is Puta, increase the market share. Textbook right? Textbook but these are also, right, possible objectives. Increase the market share. Okay. And the next is economic development. You have to positively, right, contribute to the economic development. It means your production, right, should positively support the country indirectly. In other words, economic development. Okay. And safeguard the essential industries. Okay, Puta. Now these are the objectives of business. the objectives of business. Let's move to the tutorial again. So to write them down here as the common objectives of business. Harida Puta. Right. Any questions so far? Anything that you couldn't understand? Dishans, it doesn't matter. Textbook sorry. These things are not available in the textbook. If you like, you can note them down somewhere. But in the note, you have to definitely have to include these things. Earning profits, increasing customer satisfaction, increasing quality of goods and services, right? But you can write them down in any place you like. This is to show you that there are some more objectives. Are we clear? Good. Any other questions? Any other questions? Triptika? Shenuk? So to which category we are business producing goods and Pute? Asha and Bilgam, now listen to me. I told you there are only two types of businesses. I mean, according to the nature, some are producing goods, commodities, some are producing services, and some produces both. But according to the nature, we classify the goods, the business, right, according to just only two parts. Right? Some produces both the things, goods, services. Right, Pute? Are we clear? Ashane? Right. Then I think that it is enough for today. There are 4 factors of production: land, labor, right, capital, and entrepreneurship. Right, we are discussing about that later. And Puta, listen to me very, very carefully. Next week, we will have that examination covering the last week. Api kata kare commodity manufacturing and service providing businesses. That part end, right, today's right lesson. I mean, from the evolution of business, right, up to the objectives of business. So I have prepared all these tutorials following the structure of your syllabus, right? Nothing more than or less than the syllabus Puta. So it is compulsory for you to go through them. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම පාඩම් කරගන්නම වෙනවා ඔයාට. හරිද? මතක තියාගන්න. This is a practical subject, as I'm always telling you. It's a practical subject. You can't just learn all these things by heart and get an A pass. You can do it, but there is no use. So try to mix it with your experience. Whenever hereafter you go to a shop, right? Whenever you purchase something, think, who is the producer? What type of a profit that the shop has created with this particular product? If they give you a discount, what type of a discount is it? Think about them. Right? And don't forget to check the balance also. Balance right. So I think that you have understood today's lesson well. Once again, if you have any doubts, since it's an online experience to all of us, you can write your questions, right, as a WhatsApp message. Whenever I get a time, I'm going to answer them. And once again, right, please inform your friends about this class, right? මේ ක්ලාස් එක ගැන යාළුවන්ට පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්න. මේ මොහොත ක්ලාස් එකක් තියෙනවා. සර් කෙනෙක් ඉන්න හොඳට උගන්නන නේද? අපි හැමදාම පේපර් එක උත්තර ලියනවා. Right? So this is how you can develop or you can plan, right, to obtain a good pass for this particular subject. So don't be afraid, Puta. If you attend the class every day and if you do your homework, I'm always there to help you to obtain an A pass for this subject. I'll be there. Don't be afraid. But right under that particular conditions, attendance and doing your homework. Homework. You have to revise these things. Are we clear? Are we clear? So don't come up with types of excuses. Sir, මට ගියස තියෙන්න බැරි වුණා. හැබැයි මතක තියාගන්න මම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දවස් 3කට වඩා ළමෙක් පන්ති ආවෙ නැත්තම් මං ඒව තියාගන්නේ පන්ති. Even for A-level classes, I have done that. Because there is no use. If a student is not attending for classes 3 consecutive weeks, there is no use of attending for the next session. You can't understand. Are we clear, Pute? Are we clear? Right. Okay, then. That's all for today. Until we meet again on next week, stay safe and God bless you. And you will get the recorded session, right? Soon it is uploaded to the YouTube. Until we meet again, stay safe. God bless you, children. Thank you very much.